Welcome back to Matt and Mario's eating out of Tupperware container cooking channel. What have you got? I've also never seen an orange container.
Neither have I. I've
Yeah.
been to my house eating rice.
A perfect medium rare steak that he microwaved, might I add.
Yeah, but I had to reheat it.
Doesn't it kind of defeat the purpose of cooking a steak perfectly if you've got to reheat it? I feel like I've let the team down because I left your Muscle Nation jumper at home.
The fact that you got me one, and that's how good of a bloke you are. Just randomly said to me, I got you a Muscle Nation jumper.
I've had some of the best training sessions in a long time, in like the last week. The leg day that we filmed last week was so good. I had to step it up, and then my body was like, you're writing checks that I can't cash. Yeah, so I started the game on fire. Gave Cooper that feedback that we spoke about this morning about benching. And he was like, yeah, I feel really cramped with my feet underneath me. I'm actually on the incline bench right now, so I can demonstrate. Can you hold my poodle? A lot of people, when they incline barbell, incline Smith, incline any press, to be honest with you, they tuck their feet right underneath. And Cooper's a tall guy. And I was actually having this conversation with Matt Turpkos the other day as well. Shout out Matt, he's an avid watcher of the tube. And, you know, tucking up and driving with like the toes and the balls of your feet. What happens to your hips when you push off like that?
And you're also unstable.
No core stabilization whatsoever. So what would we do? A little bit of external rotation, a little bit of flat foot heel drive, pushing the glutes back into the seat. And now watch how stable my core is when I press.
What portion of your back do you arch? Do you arch your upper, lower, or mid?
So for me, it's a matter of bracing.
Yeah.
So I'm not arching per se. I'm just scaps retract, and I think about pushing myself back into the pad. So as I push myself with my feet flat on the floor, I'm pushing myself back into the pad, and then as I'm pushing the weight up, I'm pushing my back into the pad.
Yeah. So as Matt's scaps come down, so if you start again,
Yep.
Without the scaps, you're just going up that way.
Correct.
But if you tuck them down and back, you actually get some force production.
Force production. There you go.
Which is essentially what you want. Whether you're lifting 5 reps, 7 reps, 10 reps, force production is the most important thing. And stability through your feet as well. Because as soon as your hips start to shift, it's even like in a squat, I'm no longer powerful. If I start going like this, I'm no longer powerful. And because we're shifted, we're also going to twist. That's why when people get that little bit of low back pain, when they are arched, it's because they're arched like this. You're naturally arched through here, we're flying.
Yeah.
As soon as we start to lose stability, we're now pushing like this.
Which is exactly why when I always see someone who starts to fatigue towards the end of a set, I would rather you reduce your range of motion and stay completely locked in from a torso standpoint, rather than like trying to get a full rep and twisting and contorting yourself to get a full rep. I'd rather you stay locked in, stay braced, and shorten your range of motion and keep your range of tension as amplified as possible, rather than reducing tension to increase range of motion.
But I think too many people go top heavy tension,
Yes.
whereas when it's getting hard, drive your heels, pronate your feet to the ground.
Correct.
And then it works all the way up. Production works up, not the other way.
It's very personally dependent. Everybody's levers are going to be longer or shorter than another person, so I don't think there's a one size fits all.
No, we're not robots.
We're not robots. So for me personally, I prefer a closer grip because anytime I go any wider, I just get all anterior delt. Whereas if someone's 6'6" wingspan, they'd have to be naturally a little bit wider to create the same traction.
Is Arnon a bit wider?
Yeah.
Because he's got that broad nature, he's lats. But I'd imagine when you're that big, but you are that strong, your lats really carry you.
Correct.
So if you do have a wider grip and your lats aren't strong, you're really going to lose that posterior girdle stability.
Yep.
And you're going to get a lot of anterior delt because we're trying to push up and slide up. But because although you're strong, you're not 6'5", you being here, you get your nice force production.
Yeah.
We're fine. And even
I'm not 6'5".
what are you, 6'1"?
I'm 6'1". I'm not 6'1", bro. My IFBB Pro card says that I'm 178 centimeters.
What's that?
5'10" 3/4. On Mario's point as well, when we're talking about lat tension, when we're pressing, so many times, and I see it a lot in a powerlifting standpoint, anytime where there's a pause. So, and this works so many different areas. So when I see someone doing a Bulgarian and they'll do like a pause, they actually remove tension because they just sit. So like if we're incline benching or even just flat benching, the amount of times people will come down and pause but remove tension and just let the bar sit there and then try and contract and push off. It's the same when people do like a Bulgarian like drop set, right? So this is not ideal scenario, but a lot of times people, when they're in a static pause, they just sit.
Yeah.
Right? So there's no muscular tension right now. I'm just putting tension on ligaments, I'm putting tension on joints, and I'm just sitting prone.
But as you contract, come up after losing tension, right? See how much work you have to do
To try and
not
stabilize?
through your hip, but through here.
Yeah.
And then people go, oh, why does my low back hurt when I do a Bulgarian?
Absolutely.
It's because you lose intensity and you lose how tight you are at the bottom. Being tight at the bottom is just as important as contracting and getting some power to come up.
Yeah. Whereas if I was going to do a static hold in a Bulgarian, I would come down to where I'm keeping tension on, and if I'm still keeping tension right here, so if I was to push up, I'm a lot stable rather than coming all the way down and just sitting.
I think something that might be really important. Where is your foot pressure as you're coming up as well? Because this is where
4 foot.
Yeah, this is where people get it really wrong as well. And they wonder why they lose tension. As you're coming down, like what are you thinking about with your foot and your alignment? And then as you contract, where are you pushing?
So I'll normally do it heel elevated. Would that change anything?
No, because heel elevated, you're already going to get that pronated sort of force. So
Push down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying to drive back
Yeah.
normally.
Yeah.
Because I want as much quad stimulation from that exercise as possible. So if I'm getting maximal knee flexion and then trying to push back with that quad rather than pushing up with the glute.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So where your foot sits and where your pressure and where your center of mass is will determine what gets used more primarily.
Of course. And you could say that about a lot of movements, correct?
But people don't know this.
That's true.
It's like an RDL. People just think that this is an RDL.
That kills me.
All I'm getting is like stretch my hamstrings here. But when you tell them to actually
Tuck, pull hips back.
pull hips back, and it's like this,
Yeah.
you actually get your glute pressure through the big toe and the heel, and you come up and finish here. They're like, why the fuck do my glutes hurt?
Yeah. Rather than the rounding
Yeah.
and then the hips through at the top and then the overextension at the back.
Yeah. And like a lot of people have started using like benches here,
Yep.
so they can get a lot of hamstring. I'd say almost just decrease your regress the weight and then progress the flexibility and the stretch through the march as well.
Honestly, regress your weight.
Regress the weight.
Regress your fucking weight.
Regressing is progressing because, especially as a bodybuilder, we want to get that stretch reflex and then contraction.
Yeah.
Right, because that means you're getting optimal blood to the muscle.
So many people just think load.
Yeah.
And often that's, it's diminishing returns. You're losing tension where you want tension because you're gonna, this is why you see so many physiques where strong points are so strong because when the body starts to break down and you start to move load that's way too heavy for the desired muscle group, your dominant muscle groups are going to take over regardless.
That's why we see a lot of tendon issues.
Yeah.
Right, because the tendon can't compromise the amount of weight that's being put on.
Yeah.
You know? So then you start to get some patellofemoral pain.
Mm-hmm.
People start to get some rotator cuff impingement type symptoms because simply enough, the load is too much that the muscle, as soon as the muscle fatigues, tendon load is compromised.
Correct.
And then we start to get those injuries.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like this. It's like on the incline bench. As soon as we start to lose stability, look at my shoulders.
Yeah.
My scaps are now unstable. My supraspinatus is getting involved as my scapula elevates, and it's just messy.
And I think that's one thing I pride myself on is training intelligently.
Yeah.
I guess it's one thing to look at the way I train because I move what would normally be considered to be heavy load, right? I'm a relatively strong individual, but I'm never out of my depths in terms of strength that I know I can handle the right way.
100%.
So, like, could I put fucking 5 plates on a Smith and fuck around with it? Probably. Is that conducive to building tissue and building muscle? Not even remotely.
No. And I will say this, and there's probably the difference between you and guys that want to get to your level. We have very open discussions, and you listen more than 75% of other people. I tell 75% of other people to do something. They're like, maybe okay, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And they come back and they're like, no, I haven't been doing it. Straight away, you have like a little niggle on like, all right, we'll just regress this.
We'll do this.
And you're just like, yep, done.
Yep.
Come back next week, and we just go back, keep into our maintenance phase of keeping your body nice and happy.
And that is one thing that I do pride myself on, is my ability to be consistent and to train for long periods of time. Like, how many times do you see someone in the gym? You have to be able to. How many times do we see in the gym someone's like, oh, I've hurt this, or I've torn this, or I've popped this, and I've got to take 4 months off training or 3 weeks off training, or I've been forced to do a deload. And you just put progress on the back burner over and over and over again. Whereas if you had have thought to yourself, no, I don't want to lift twice as much as what I probably should because it looks better on Instagram. It's no, what's going to be actually conducive and progressive long-term to what I want to do.
Honestly, some people, my advice to some people is put your camera away for a week.
Yeah.
Right? Put your camera away.
Yeah. Mitch, put your fucking camera away.
Yeah. Put your camera away for a week, 2 weeks, and see how those 2 weeks stack up to when you're sort of just constantly focusing on what you're putting out there. You take the camera away, you'll regress your weight, the movement will be much better, and you'll wake up with some fucking DOMs that you haven't felt in a really long time.
Yeah. Fucking mic drop. See you later. Mic drop. Bye. Like, on that, just touching on that note, when it comes to anatomy, when it comes to physiology, when it comes to exercise, progression, regression, you're more intelligent than I am when it comes to that.
I don't know. We have different backgrounds.
Yes.
Very different.
Yeah.
I was always... the gyms I trained in were very like explosive. It was always for sort of sport, whereas I died down. You are consistent, disciplined. You understand how to really focus on an area that you want to build. Whereas I have guys that more play sort of football, etc. And they're like, all right, I want to get over this injury, or this has been bothering me. So it's a little bit different to where our rep ranges lie and our exercise prescription lies as well.
Yeah, I think what I'm trying to get at is that I don't think I know everything because of X, Y, and Z. And if you're looking to offer me advice or help in a sense of the word, I'm going to be accommodating of that and utilize that. And that's probably the best thing about peak performance as a whole, I think, is that we have 3-4 coaches. I forgot Ethan existed for a second then. Sorry, Ethan.
Hello, my godson.
We have 4 coaches, an osteo / physio / chiro / whatever else you want to call yourself. I don't think...
I'm just Mario.
Just Mario. Speak of the devil.
Hey!
So because we have so many different coaches that all have their own strengths and weaknesses, and we can all bounce off each other, is that if I've got a question that I know I probably don't know to the fullest extent the answer, there's a good chance that Tom does. Basically, peak performance is the best. That's what I'm trying to tell you. What I'm going to tell Ethan is that the gap between Ethan and I is the gap between me and Samson. Do you reckon Samson? I don't reckon Samson has 40 kilos on me. Do you reckon? Chest day. Get a chest pump with the boys. Tom's going to go home and get a meal and then come back and get treatment. And then Mitch is going to... ready to go?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's go.
It's not going on the hat.
I can't fucking fix my strap, bro. Dean's clearly got a haircut for today.
Yes.
Dean's
And that outfit was planned 3 days ago.
Dean's also got a new outfit for today. And Dean's also wearing a new pair of shoes today. You did get a haircut. Okay.
Use code Serbia at Culture Kings.
I've told the tube that you're only allowed to speak in Serbian today. I don't know if that's good or bad.
That's terrible.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
I'll give Dean his back. Let's do a legit check.
Well, it's clearly not a legit check. Oh, you'll also get used to the fact of like looking up and being like, where the fuck is Mitch? And he's just hiding like somewhere. now that we did the spiel with Mario earlier, if I press today, my feet have to be flat and I have to push through my heels after we spoke about that. You probably won't get this reference because you've never been a keen fisherman. Keen fisherman. Have you ever been fishing before?
Well, when I was like 6.
Did you have one of the fucking rod holders?
Nah.
Why'd you aim the camera down when I did that? No, so when I was really young, I used to go fishing with my dad, and you can get like this belt and you sit the rod in it.
Right.
I'm just asking for trouble right now. And Mitch needs one for his camera. That's what I was getting at. He needs like a harness that he can kind of sit his camera on.
Like a chest harness,
Yeah.
though. So it just sits like right
Like
there.
like a strap on, but you know. Capiche.
Which Smith do you prefer?
Huh?
Which one do you prefer?
Smiths. I've only used that one. So, like I've used this. What did I use this for last? I did this for Bulgarians, I think.
Yep.
Do you reckon there's a difference?
I feel like this one's on more of an angle.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I could be
It
wrong.
depends. If I hit a PB today or not, I'll be able to tell you pretty quickly. Yes. Why do I have striated triceps at fucking 250 pounds? How many feeder sets do you normally do here?
Changes.
Changes? Do you have like a tempo? 2 or 3? Yeah. Like 8 to 10 at 1 plate, 6 to 8 at 2 plates, 4-ish at 3 plates, and then my top set will be 3.5.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Fish. Good, come on. Good, 2 more. Yep. Good, last one. Good, press. Good, rack. That's perfect. What are you talking about?
That was good.
We love a little motivational trauma, Dean. That's what this YouTube channel is built off. Motivational
From
trauma.
episode 1.
Literally episode 1. Yeah. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm depressed. Follow me on my journey.
I spot you, I just can't remember.
I don't know if I got 6 plus 2 maybe.
Or 4 plus? No.
No, that you spotted the 4 plates.
Yes.
That was like 1 plus 5.
Yeah.
That's what that was.
Upright rows. Why are my deltas
pretty
so
much,
strong?
Pretty much. I think because Mitch was like, Lucas is a really good spotter. And I'm like, yeah, because he takes half the fucking weight. That's why he's a good spotter. All right, we'll see how this goes. Notice my flat foot heel drive.
Lift off.
Yes, please. Yep. Yep.
Good, come on. Good, let's go, come on. Push. That's it. Whew. Nice.
That's heavy. You know the craziest thing about the Ronnie Coleman like cameo? It was before I turned pro, and like I've still got the video. So obviously, I've still got.
It's on your
video,
Instagram.
It's on my Instagram as well, but I only cropped it on the Instagram because the full video goes for like 8 minutes or something. And it's like him like scrolling through my Instagram, being like, "Oh, you've got a pro level physique. You're gonna tell the amount of time before you turn pro, blah blah blah." Yeah, that gets heavy quick. Yep. Ooh.
Yep. Very good. Keep up.
Good.
Yes. Oh fuck.
Good tension. Yeah, I don't know. My chest is just really tight, like right in between. It probably would be the Cybex like incline,
Forcing you that wider.
like stretching
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
Keep it up. Yep.
Good.
You got more. Let's go. Fuck yeah.
Oh shit.
Yep. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Hold it. Good.
Oh shit. Shoulder mobility you motherfuckers have, but
I was wondering why it was like such a
Yeah.
big stretch.
healthy shoulders. Who'd fucking read about it? Not me.
It's good. Done.
All the way. Good. Don't throw it, contract it. Much better. Good. Come on. Good. Control.
Nice.
Squeeze. Good. Good. Squeeze. Good. Two more. Push. Good. Last one. Yep. Motherfucker.
No.
Jesus Christ.
Nice. Good.
Alright, someone got me?
Yep. Let's try get 8. Come on. Good.
more.
Yep. Good. Come on.
Let's go. Fuck yeah.
Yep.
Perfect. Great fucking
Holy
set.
shit. Quick little
I couldn't
chest
even, like-
pumpy pump with the boys. Let's wrap on another one. You know the drill. Removes half the talking. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.